Down, tear down, tear down, tear down, tear down. Boosted up my cardio, I used to get to run around. I've been doing this since I had to work at mama house. Tear down, tear down, tear down, tear down, tear down. Everybody eating, it's a party, wanna come to time. You can bring your mama, daddy, sister, and your cousin out. Everybody wanna kill the king, like shit, wanna take the crown. I can see through it like a stomach with a other sign. When I hit the gas, I be going like 100 miles. They be getting tired, running out like 100 house. All up in my business, real nose like a bloodhound. I'ma throw 'em off like I'm standing on a picture mound. All they do is look at Instagram while they sit around. Hate me in real life, but you liking pictures now. Oh, everybody acting different now. Finally trying to see what I be on. Got a different style, they be at the brand new when they know I've been around. Got a fake smile on your face cause you been inclined. I can say a lot, but I'm not. Gotta keep it down, making sure nobody drown. I'm my brother, keep it now. Mike Jack hit me up and said I gotta beat it down. Turn me up when I'm on your speaker now. Cool, tear down, tear down, tear down, tear down, tear down. Boosted up my cardio, I used to get to run around. I've been doing this since I had to work at mama house.
It's week 4 of the 2022 season, and we'll get a look here at Davis Mills. He got his reps in last week, finishing with over 300 passing yards. It's the Texans.
Seems like we were just starting training camp, but here we are in October, and off we go on EA Sports. Fielded just outside the goal line. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. Los Angeles taking the field, led by Justin Herbert, third-year man out of Oregon, whose career is off to an incredibly productive start. They started on the ground with Eckler. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. Give them 15 yards to start their first drive of the game.
And that's how you get started and open up a game. Really well-blocked play. Picked up a nice chunk of yardage. If you're the offensive line, that's exactly what you've talked about all week long in your meetings. Establish.
And that's caught inside the 35. And he is brought down, but not before reaching the 30. It's another first down on a big gainer there, 33 yards. Herbert will give this one to Eckler. And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it. The numbers for him from a week ago: 22 carries, 96 yards, and a touchdown.
And we all know he had a big workload last week, so I'm eager to see if they decide to back him off a little bit. Personally, I hand it to him 20-plus times again. When a running back's locked in like he is.
And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Off the edge, Jerry Hughes gets the sack.
And that's a heck of a moment for your first sack of the game, because if this long drive ends without a touchdown because of that sack, we're going to look back and say that might be one of the biggest plays of this contest.
And this will be caught in the end zone for a Chargers touchdown. In today's NFL, we talk about quarterbacks and their speed and accuracy, but there's still something about a guy slinging one downfield.
And that is absolutely demoralizing for a defense, because you've got the offense on the ropes. It's third down. You're trying to get off the field, and then wham, you have a letdown in the secondary, and you give up a big one.
And that throw, pretty impressive, and even 61 yards through the air. And his kick is no good. An inauspicious start here kicking-wise, as this one stays a 6-0 game. Now he's back out there to boom this one away, maybe with some frustration after the PAT miss. From the 6. And he returns this to the 22. As the Texans offense runs out, we get a peek at the man under center. Second-year quarterback Davis Mills out of Stanford. First down, Mills. And he's left with no option here but to throw it away. So after the incompletion, 2nd and 10 from the 22. Mills to throw it. Looking for Johnson, and it's intercepted. And nearly a touchdown as they finally stop him down at about the 3-yard line. So quite a turn of events. This is 1st and goal from the 3. After the turnover, here's Herbert. Touchdown, Chargers. A great play there. His first NFL reception goes for 6. And the Chargers are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. And he wasn't blocking or running it there. They tossed it to him.
And you remember the good old days when the 49ers were riding roughshod in the league? They use their fullback in pass plays all the time. Roger. And those guys were terrific at running these types of plays.
Following the touchdown, Dustin Hopkins will kick it away. Right after the touchdown to extend their lead, now maybe opening the door a little bit there by allowing starting field position at the 40. Well, not one you see often there as he fails to keep it between the sidelines, and that is a penalty every time, and going to give this offense better field position.
And it's every kickoff guy's nightmare, isn't it? Because you don't see yourself doing this, and most of the time you don't. It's absolutely a mishit, and now your team pays the price. Bad field position for your defense.
And some nifty running here as he'll take this across midfield and down to the 47. That's a gain of 13 as they try to whittle away at this 13-point deficit. First down, they go right back to Pierce. He's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on first down. Now, look, that wasn't a huge gain, but those are the types of carries I think they were missing in their loss last week. They couldn't get him going on the ground.
Did you get the same feeling I did during our meetings, that they kind of regretted that he didn't touch the ball?
Absolutely.
You know, hey, he should have touched it more last week. They weren't going to make that same mistake, and they've taken care of that early.
And he gets it down to the 32. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down. First and 10, it's Pierce. And he'll be a little shy of the 25 here at the 26-yard line. After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. And they'll try to throw here. Mills. Looking for Johnson, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Bryce Callahan. CD, I know it's just his 2nd year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, 2nd year, as you noted, on the...
And now this is intercepted. My goodness. Derek Stingley picks it, and they will score a pick 6 for the Texans TD. Extra point by Fairbairn, up and good. And it's now 13-7. So the defense creating some points, not only getting the interception, but then returning it to the end zone for the pick 6. Taking it about the 1. And he'll be out of bounds across the 25. Austin Eckler and the Charger offense reclaims center stage. First month of the season, those numbers pretty solid. Does he continue that?
I think so, because when you come out of the gate this strong, that means that you have planned for it and you like the results that you're getting. So I wouldn't have any doubt that the head coach, offensive coordinator, actually called him in and said, look, you're our guy, okay? We're going to continue to stick with this as long as we're winning games. You ready for the challenge? And then they presented it to the rest of the team. I think we'll see plenty of that as the season moves on.
I'm sure he said challenge accepted. And he'll be taken down, but not before they reach the 50. That's good for 21 yards and a first down. Up the middle with Eckler. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. The Chargers are 1-2 through the first 3 weeks of the season. Well, they got off to the good start, but then 2 straight losses since.
And now you start to wonder about what this does for a team's morale, how it affects their psyche, because, let's face it, you work all summer pointing toward that opening game, you get the win, but then you don't carry it on from there. How will they bounce back from these losses and try and get right?
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Here's Herbert. That's caught by his tight end, Gerald Everett. And they're going to move it down inside the 25.
First down catch there by Gerald Everett, who made the move to the Los Angeles Chargers, knowing that they enjoy utilizing their tight ends. Remember Antonio Gates, Hunter Henry? Everett hoping to be next in line at that position to get them big-time performances.
2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down.
Well, any lane that might have been open there was closed pretty quickly, and that was because the defensive front, they won that battle at the point of attack at the line of scrimmage. They used great leverage, held their spot, and stacked him up.
Another 2-yard gain there, but they'll need to do better this time. It's 3rd and 6. They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains. Going to throw on 3rd down with Herbert. And he lost the football, and the Texans scoop it. Ready for the second quarter from Houston. It's the Texans in possession of the football. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. As the offense comes out here, Charles, remember they threw the interception last time out, but they were moving the football down the field. Looked like they were going to have a sustained drive that didn't. And I think the ball's out. And so the last 3 drives, you've got 2 interceptions and a fumble. I think we know why they're losing right now.
Without question, and we've seen the evidence, just what you talked about there. If they take care of the football, number 1, maybe they're not having this deficit, and number 2, maybe they actually have the lead.
Brought down that time by Christian Kirksey.
Well, on every play call, you realize it's not going to go for a touchdown, so a lot of your calls are setting things up for maybe later in the game, trying to establish the inside run with toughness now. Hopefully get to the perimeter later. And let's face it, you could do worse than a 4-yard run at 1st down. On any running play that's called, they're always hoping that it's going to break big and go the distance. But when you get a nice game like that, you're able to do so many things anyway. You can come back and run essentially the same play again, continue to move the ball on the ground, or you can decide to throw the ball now because usually you have the defense back on its heels.
He had the touchdown earlier. This one's going to get him a 1st down. On the ground, it's Eckler. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. It's Eckler again. And he'll take this one inside the 10 down to the 8. 3 yards is half of what they needed. Now can they get the other 3 here on 3rd down? Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the 1st. Herbert on 3rd down now. Throw right side, complete to Williams. Touchdown! Mike Williams, his 3rd touchdown now on the year, as his guys are able to extend their lead.
Great field position has to be one of the best friends an offense can have. When you don't have very far to go, you should cash it in with points.
Extra point good by Hopkins. And the lead now stands at 13. That time a 6-play drive. And in the end, it was Mike Williams who capped the drive with a touchdown reception. Following the touchdown, Dustin Hopkins will kick it away. From the 10. And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23. 2 fantastic games coming up to wrap up Week 4, the first weekend in October. Tonight, the Chiefs and Buccaneers from Tampa. That's a rematch of Super Bowl 55, of course. And then Monday night, rematch of last year's NFC Championship game, the Rams and Niners from Santa Clara. Coverage on that one, 8:15 Eastern. Once again, they'll go from the 23-yard line on 2nd and 10. On second down, here's Pierce. And he'll manage only a couple here up to the 25.
Well, that's a good start to this drive on the defensive side of the ball.
And forcing completion on first down. Then you're able to shut down the running play on second.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised now. A little bit of pressure going to the quarterback.
Mills can't get away, and down he goes. Joey Bosa able to record his 5th sack of the season. A CD, you know, so often we talk about quarterbacks holding on to the ball too long. Well, we can't say that there. He had no time to do much of anything.
Yeah, that's one where you turn to your lineman and say, guys, can I get a little help here? And you have to ask politely because, remember, they're blocking for you the entire game. But as a quarterback, you've also got to have the clock running in your head when you need to get rid of the football. But this time, he had no chance. They were on him instantly.
As we check the next-gen stats, you'll see he had precious little time to do anything with the football there. Here's Eckler to begin the drive. And he is going to lose yardage here. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up second and 11.
Let's face it, that's just a helpless feeling for a running back there. He's looking up to find a hole, and all he finds is a whole lot of ticked-off linebacker.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a second and 11. Herbert jet sweep as he taps it forward. And he'll get this up past the 45 to the 47. This offense so far on third down, they've been good. 3 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 7. He's going to look deep down the field. And unable to connect. Incomplete. I give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down. On is the punter Scott here as he gets this one away. And he'll get credit for a punt inside the 20. Not by much, but inside the 20 at the 19-yard line. And the football going back over now to the Houston Texans. These guys definitely hoping for a better showing than their last appearance. They couldn't really even move the football much beyond the shadows of their own goalpost, Charles. We'll see if they can get a better, more sustained drive going here.
Yeah, and every team that we ever talk to says the exact same thing. When you start a drive from that deep in your own territory, the goal is a minimum of at least 2 first downs, because even if you have to punt then, you change the field position, right? You flip the field a little bit.
Pierce has it knocked loose and picked up by the Chargers. And his guys are going to get the football at the 28-yard line. The game clock sitting at 2:02, so they'll get one play before the 2-minute warning. Running on first down, Eckler. And he'll get this one down to about the 27. 1:58 left to play till we hit halftime. Coming up at halftime in a little less than 2 minutes, we'll send you to Orlando where Jonathan Coachman is standing by. He'll have highlights and analysis of this first half. Down he goes at the 23, a pickup of 4.
Well, if you're a football guy, that's a pretty run because everyone is in sync right there. Obviously, the guy carrying the ball, but how about the people up front? Leverage, athleticism, they created some nice space for him.
And he is going to have the Chargers first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
But they certainly made a point of getting him involved in the passing game here in the first half. They must have seen something in the scouting that said, hey, we can capitalize on him getting the ball, possibly in the open field. And I think in the second half, that may loosen up the defense a little bit to get the running game going back inside.
It'll be a gain of 5, and it'll be second down. Now movement up front. I think they're going to get one of the Charger linemen.
False start.
That flag accepted, and it backs the offense up a little bit. The false start penalty, and now they're back to needing 10 yards on second down. Here's Herbert. Sideline throw, it's complete. And a nice job there of keeping the toes inbounds. They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. They'll try to pick up the first with Eckler. Boy, no chance as he was met and dropped behind the line there. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. Hopkins' kick is good, and that will extend their lead even further. So they get the turnover in plus territory. The drive stalls out, but still able to get 3 out of that.
Yeah, we were able to see an offense and a defense kind of mix and match with each other, didn't we? Both of them trying to make sure that they had the upper hand and the advantage. Offense trying to get to the end zone. Defense, of course, trying to hold them to a field goal attempt. And it wasn't a guaranteed lock 3 from where they started. So, you know, the offense has to be happy to come away with those 3 points.
So we reach halftime. All right, folks, eager to get back to this Week 4 matchup. We won't put up a fight. Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth, ready for quarter number 3. The Texans down on the scoreboard, but they do get the first crack here as we are back underway in the second half.
Freaking out of bounds.
Well, you don't see that often. He just mishit it, and it goes out of bounds.
Well, I know sitting up here, and I'm looking at you, and you're looking at me, and I know we're both thinking the same thing. Isn't it easy enough to keep it between the sidelines? Because unless you're intentionally doing it for some reason, well, that's a costly mishit, and now you put your team in a bad spot.
Now the first play of the drive there is incomplete.
Well, they certainly aren't letting up today, partner, because they've forced big turnovers already, and it's been incredibly tough for them to get yards against, let alone put points up on the board.
And Mills is intercepted for the 3rd time. Derwin James with a pick. And the Chargers are going to have great field position here as this is returned just shy of midfield. Herbert going to lead up the Chargers here, 1st and 10. Just shy of midfield at the 49. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Williams brings it in. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. That'll go as a pickup of 32 on the catch and run. So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on 1st down. Eckler now between the tackles. And he'll get this down only to the 18. Just a yard on the 1st down carry, so it's 2nd and 9. Once more, here's Eckler. And he'll be taken down at the 2-yard line. 68 yards rushing for him now on 17 carries.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they are playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time and making it work.
That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down. Eckler going to be hit and met at the line of scrimmage. They'll get him down at the 3. Call it no gain that time, and now it's 3rd and goal.
I don't know about you, Brandon, but I often think to myself, in these situations, I want a back who can create his own space, who can break tackles, and in a sense,
he's got his man. It's caught. Touchdown, Chargers. Gerald Everett, his first touchdown on the year, as his guys are able to push that lead out a bit further. Hopkins with the extra point, and that pushes the lead up to 23. So the drive there took 6 plays, and it ends with the Chargers getting into the end zone. This one fielded at the 5. Now the Texans offense, they head back out to do battle here. I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. From the shotgun, it's Mills. And the Chargers rush is going to get there. Down he goes. Khalil Mack, the outside linebacker, coming up to drop him for a loss of a full 10 yards.
Khalil Mack had just 6 sacks in 7 games in 2021 due to a foot injury. Now he's in Los Angeles with the Chargers, and they believe they have themselves the best 1-2 combo in football, with he and Joey Bosa coming off the edge.
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by Bryce Callahan. And they are going to set up shop at the 3rd line. So 1st and 10. And if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second half blowout material. And now this is intercepted. My goodness. Jalen Petrie picks it off. And the Texans are going to have it here as they'll start at their own 24-yard line. Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. Well, this has been a tough one for them, Charles. They've struggled really on both sides of the football. And one thing that's really plagued them with the turnovers, they've had issues keeping the football in their possession.
And every game that's ever been played, all coaches talk about taking care of the football and limiting turnovers. And in this one, after we saw that first turnover, we worried that things would snowball, and it certainly did, especially on the scoreboard.
And he's going to be out of bounds all the way down inside the 15. A real field flipper there as all of a sudden they've got a first down in the red zone. Another carry for Pierce. And effective running here. He'll take it down inside the 10. Ball on the 8. It's 2nd and 4. They'll run. This is Pierce. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks. Mills from the gun on 3rd down. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
Well, partner, they certainly played up to their top 10 defensive ranking this week. They've stifled this opposing offense throughout this game. This contest is now lopsided because of their efforts, and there's still a quarter to go.
Well, they got the turnover and were able to drive it down, Charles, but ultimately in the end, the defense holds up, and they only come away with the 3 points.
Yeah, they gave up a lot of ground, but when they had to, they settled in and prevented the interception from leading to 6 points. Because you never want to see turnovers turn into any type of points against you, but better to give up 3 than 6.
And he'll get to the 30-yard line before going out of bounds. So here are the Chargers to take over. They lost 2 straight coming in, but good news for them right now. They've got the lead and the football. Herbert and the Chargers now with a 1st and 10. Right at the 30. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. He'll get this out wide to Eckler. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down. Now Herbert off the bootleg. And that is going to be incomplete as he let him a bit too much.
Barton, I think he's got to be careful as he continues to try to extend plays because he's already been intercepted in this game. And the coverage, they continue to challenge all of his receivers downfield.
Off the play fake to Eckler, it's Herbert. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. Here's J.K. Scott now as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. And a fair catch signaled for and taken just outside the 20-yard line. It'll wind up just a 35-yard punt, no return. And the Texans will take over. They'll start on the ground with Pierce. And a short pickup to about the 27. It'll be second down. Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. Here's Mills. That's going to be complete on the sideline, but, that throw left him no room to run, and the good footwork nearly all for naught. The Texans on 3rd down, 0 for 3 to this point. They can use a conversion. This is back now in Houston, in search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down. Looking to throw is Mills. Forced out to his left. And he's left with no option here but to throw it away.
And that's another play that's painted the picture of this game overall. It's been a blowout that's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops for one side and an inability to advance the ball from the other.
It's complete here to T.Y. Hilton. And he is going to have a Texans first down as they manage to convert, and that'll keep the drive alive. A first down throw for Mills. He's got the tight end, Mo Alley-Cox. They'll give him 4 yards there, and that'll bring up second down.
4 yards on the pickup. Second and 6 at the 49-yard line.
Throwing, Mills. And it's out. He put it on the carpet and picked up by the Chargers. And they are going to set up shop at the 40-yard line. The Charger drive about to get going. And they have to be feeling pretty good. Comfortable fourth-quarter lead as they take over following the fumble recovery. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3. The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. The handoff, it's Eckler. And he'll be brought down at the 48-yard line. 79 yards on the ground for Eckler here. That's a first down.
Well, that's a carry they have to be satisfied with. And throughout this game, they've been satisfied with what he's given them. Whenever they've needed a big run, a first down, he's the guy they've turned to. And it doesn't matter what the defense thinks. They've got the confidence to keep handing it to him and keep picking up good yardage.
On second down, Eckler. And he picks up about 6 as he gets this down to the 41.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where there'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
They have the first down with that gain of 4 yards. On the give, this is Eckler. Knifes his way forward here, but just 3 yards on the play. Second down.
Well, that's just a pile of bodies there, and that's when you kind of find out who's a tough guy, right? Who can stand up and make a play. It was only a 3-yard run, but for both sides, they had to walk away from that feeling like, okay, I can stand up when the going gets tough in here.
And he's going to be close to a first down as the tackle is made at the Texans' 29. This will be play number 8 here on the drive. It's 3rd and a yard. They'll try and run for it. Here's Michel. And he's able to get the first here as he's taken down at the 25. 4 yards on the pickup, good enough to extend the drive. Starting to feel a little to me like the air is coming out of the balloon, so to speak, defensively.
They're taking their will from them right now. That's what they're doing. Whatever they want to call, it's working. They're handling things up front, and it's not just the offensive line. It's everyone. You're seeing the guys on the perimeter blocking downfield and making sure that they're secure. So, yeah, you're exactly right. The air's out of the balloon, and right now they're almost lifeless.
All runs on this drive so far. It's 1st and 10. Herbert will give this one to Eckler. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's second down. Now Eckler. And we are inside of 2 minutes left in this lopsided affair. So it's Charger football as we welcome you back from the 2-minute warning. They've got a third down now as they look for one more first down to help salt this one away.
They'll come to the line here needing 9 yards to pick up the first. This is swung out to Eckler.
And they go the wrong way on this one. Losing yardage back at the 12. They'll wind up losing a couple yards here on the play. And it'll be fourth down. Hopkins' kick is good. And that will extend their lead even further.
Well, ultimately not really sure that they're going to need those 3 points, but they'll take the 3 and they pad that lead.
Yeah, this one's already wrapped up, but you and I both know if you're an offensive coordinator, you never let up on the gas unless the head coach tells you to do so. And maybe you've actually clicked him off in your headset so you can keep calling plays and trying to add to this lead.
And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. And now out comes Houston.
And you see a lot of frustrated faces as they are inching closer to a 4th straight loss.
Steps away to his left.
And this one too low.
At this point in the game, they've got to continue to try anything they can. They're still working at it, even though this one feels like a lost cause.
A second down throw for Mills.
He's got it to Hilton. And he's going to get a good gain of 9 here up to the 34. Now the Texans will burn the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. And my goodness, another interception. Picked off by Bryce Callahan.
1st and 10 and kind of tipping their hand at running the ball. 3 tight ends are out there.
They started on the ground with Eckler. Room here to run.
And some nifty running here as he'll take this across midfield and down to the 47. 125 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long.
First down and they stick with Eckler. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Up the middle with Eckler. It's a gain of 6, moves him to a manageable 3rd and 2 situation.
I really like the vision he displayed on that play because he saw there wasn't a lane to completely break off a huge gain. So he found where there was the most space and got what he could. A nice dirty run that's a positive play for the offense.
And they'll let their fullback try and push the pile. And a short gain there down to the 37-yard line. So this one's over. It's in the win column for the L.A. Chargers.
Charles, for this losing side, their heads are hanging as they walk off the field today. And really, I mean, we know why. Those 3 turnovers by that offense, that's ultimately what doomed them.